welcome back to TouchedByTyHairCo. This is the cosmetology vlog, okay? I don't know, it's giving me a little hoo-ha. Hold on, let's come right back. Okay, so I'm back, and this is the cosmetology vlog. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, okay? Welcome home, Angel. If this is your first time, girl, what took you so long to get here? Do me a favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell and have a seat, okay? All right, because where you been? What took you so long, sis? I mean, where have you been? You behind. You got to get caught up, okay? Thank you so much for choosing to rock with me today. And if you are returning, hey, girl, hey, I miss you, okay? Y'all, it is week 2, day 2 of our makeup certification class, UMA, Ultimate Makeup Academy, okay, at Paul Mitchell, the school, okay? And I'm here, all right? I hope you guys checked out my tutorial yesterday. I had to use all those makeup products, child. It was a time, but I made it through. Okay, I made it through. Today, I have the pleasure of doing one of my schoolmates' makeup. She's graduating today. So I will be giving you guys another client tutorial today. We're going to get into that look. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, okay? She wants like this smoky eye. I want to put some color in it. So we're going to figure it out once I start. Because right now, I do not know. It's time for Touch Jewel of the Day. Touch Jewel of the Day for today. It feels so good to be back saying that. Oh my God. Y'all, I be needing these jewels, okay? They're not just for y'all. They're for me too, okay? So Touch Jewel of the Day for today. I'm holding my phone, so excuse. Hold on. Okay, well, let me be great. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. We're going to get the Jewel of the Day. This is a ghetto mess. But anyway, I'm going to give it to y'all. Touch Jewel of the Day for today. And this really resonated with me because I'm growing through some things. Okay? When you start to appreciate your life, this is not letting me be great. When you start to appreciate your life, you'll see how much you have that's worth living for. When you start to appreciate your life, you'll see how much you have that's worth living for. Y'all, life is short. We are losing souls by the day. It's precious, but it's short. It's not long. Use your time wisely. And that's such a cliche, right? But at 38, well, in my late 30s, I'm going to say the last 5 years, 5 to 10 years, that resonates with me so differently than how it has ever before. Using my time wisely. I'm going to let y'all in on something. My grandmother, right, which is my father's mom, that's the lady that raised me. She hasn't been doing very well, right? She's been in the hospital. She's been going through some things, growing through some things. She's older. She's in her 70s. She's 75. Still young, but she's getting older. And I think about all the time that I've had with her in her younger years. And to see her not being able to move how she wants to and do the things that she wants to do, right? It bothers me. It makes me sad. I cry, you know. And I asked her the other day, I went to go and see her. And I said, Ma, even though she's my grandma, I call her Ma. I said, Ma, are you happy with how you spent your time? Are you happy with the life that you lived? If it was over today, you know, is there anything that you would have done differently? And she looked at me And she said, to tell you that I wouldn't have done some things differently would be a lie. But to tell you that I didn't enjoy my life would be a lie too. And I looked and I said, damn, she's 75. She's been a little on the downslope, maybe the past 12 years. She was a child, so she went through her adolescent years. Then she became this young woman and she grew into a woman. She started having kids. So she didn't have that much time to really do her, right? You think maybe 30, 40 years, maybe, right? And to ask her, did she enjoy those 30, 40 years, y'all? Because it's not a long time, right? And I think about me while saying this. And I say this, I'm sharing this with you all to say, fuck that shit. If it is not benefiting you, helping you grow, helping you prosper, feeding you in some way, walk away. Walk away. And it's going to be hard, and it's going to be painful, and it's going to be scary. But you don't have a lot of time to give to something that isn't worth it. Walk away. I'm so happy you came back. Stay strong. Doesn't matter how you feel. God is always worthy to be praised. Think about that. Time is precious. I'll see you in a sec. Okay, angels. So the goal was to bring you a full tutorial, but unfortunately that did not happen. I was rushed. So she came to school late, and then she came to me like 40 minutes before she graduated. So I am not proud of the work that I did. It was totally rushed, and I absolutely hate it. Her face, I just gave her a very clean face. She wanted this dark, grungy eye, this black eyeshadow. So, you just give the client what they want. Later on that evening, we went over our class lesson for the next day. The next day, we had to do 2 looks on one face. So we had to do a 2-face look, a split look. And this was really fun watching everybody create their looks. Half of the face was supposed to be a special effects, okay, using glitter, gel, pop art, whatever you wanted. And then the other half had to be a old school glam. So it had to be from the 20, 30, 40, 50, 60s era. Kind of like the burlesque poster pinup girls. So it had to give that type of vibe. So we're going to get straight into the tutorial that I did for that look. So this is my classmate, Gracie, and she was my partner for today. I started off with the moisturizer of her choice, and I used my Real Technique blending brush to blend that into her skin. Off camera, she did clean her face and provide me with her moisturizer of choice. So once her face was moisturized, I went in with my favorite primer, the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, to prime her face. I went in with my Real Techniques priming brush to blend that product into her skin. And then we got straight into her look, starting with her eyebrows. So for this look, I used some of the products from my school kit, and I also used some of my personal products. We were allowed to bring our personal products in for this look. So I start off by basically just filling her eyebrows in with the Morphe Brow Definer pencil in the shade Mocha. And then I went right under that with that concealer color that I showed you from the school concealer palette. I used that lighter color to clean up the bottom of her brow, and the color that I just showed was for the top of her brows. So we were at a very awkward like angle, so it was hard for me to zoom in, zoom out. I tried it to, I tried it. I tried to get as much good footage as I could for you all, but I was in the way because of how I had my camera set up. So excuse me for that, y'all, but I just wanted to get out what we did for that day. So now that I've got her eyebrows all clean, I'm gonna go in and set those in place using my Arcade by Kiss transparent setting powder. And I'm blending that in and out on the skin using my Morphe blending brush. So now for her 40s inspired look, I'm using the Ultimate Professional eyeshadow palette. I'm using this matte tan that I pointed out. It's just like very similar to her skin tone. And then for her glam side, her special effects side, I'm going in with this Morphe palette using those 3 pinks to build this beautiful blush pink on the eye. Today we will be using gemstones. This is my first time ever attempting to do a gemmed out crease, and that is what it looked like. That is how it came out. Off camera, I went in with a pair of local beauty supply store eyelashes, and I added 1 lash to her gem side, and on her natural side I just used a basic black mascara. Now I am going in with the Ultimate Professional foundation in the lightest shade 01, and I'm applying that to her entire face. So what I did was I basically built this coverage up. I'm not going to say we gave her a full coverage because that's not what I really wanted, but I would say a medium coverage. I built that foundation up to a medium coverage just to blur out any redness, and I did that all over her face. I'm going to go in with my Morphe foundation, my Morphe Angle foundation brush, and blend that into the skin, and as well as using my Real Techniques damp beauty blender. As you could probably tell with with her brows, one is like laminated, and then the other is just regular. So I tried to make those really different by going in and I used the NYX brow gel, the same one that I always use on her glam side. Going in, buffing that product into the skin using that damp beauty blender. So now I'm going to go in on her glam side and just blur out that redness under her eye using the same concealer shade that I used to clean up the bottom of her brows. I'm going to put that all under the eye using my LA Colors dual-sided concealer and blending brush. So I smudge that into the skin, and then I'm just going to blend that out, getting rid of any harsh lines. Make sure your beauty blender is damp so that you can press. It helps to seep this product into the skin, and that's going to help you diffuse those lines. On her glam side, I go in and I also highlight the normal areas where I would highlight. And now it's time to set all these wet products into place. So I am going in with the number 1 of the Ultimate Professional Makeup Kit. I'm using the pressed powder in the color 01 to blend in her highlighted areas, to set all of those. I use a bigger powder brush on her natural side. On her old school side, I'm going in with that same shade to set her entire face. Then on her glam side, I'm using my LA Colors pressed powder in the shade number 2 to bronze up, build on her contour, and set the remaining of her glam side on her face. Now we're going to bronze her up. I didn't really want a heavy contour on that side. I just wanted enough to make a difference. So she's not going to be super defined, super chiseled like I normally would do for my looks. This is just, I just wanted you guys to be able to just like, you know, see the difference in the old school versus new school. That's all. So I'm not even going to call this a contour. This was more of just defining her face. To define her features, I'm going in with the Laura Mercier. I always say that shit wrong. Laura Mercier. Y'all know what it is. In the color transparent. I'm going to set all her highlighted areas and directly under her cheekbones, just to give her a little definition. Before doing that, I realized that I did not define her nose. And I didn't really put too much on it, just to give it a little definition, a little contrast, just so that it's different from her other side. And now I'm going in with the clean powder puff. And I'll be placing this under her eyes, right at her jawline, her chin, on the sides of her nose. Now I'm going in with my blush. So for the blush look, I used a few different blush palettes. I used Volume 1 and Volume 2 of the Juvia's Place blush palettes. I wanted a really, really rosy cheek for both sides of the face. Now I'm going in using, on her natural side, I'm using that powder brush that I used to set her face, just blending that out. On her natural side, I'm going in with a black eyeliner, just a very clean, basic eye look. To press all that powder into her face, on her special effects side, I go in with what I use, the remaining powder on that brush, what I use to set her entire face. I'm pressing all of that into the skin. We don't want any powder sitting on top of the skin. Blending everything out, make sure there are no harsh lines. I go back in, hit her with a little bit more bronzer. I felt like it got lost. Now, y'all know me, okay? I used my very, 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 very favorites, okay? My holy grail of bronzers, honey. The L'Oreal Paris Lumi bronzer in the shade 01. And I bronzed the entire face with that. I'm going in with my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, and I'm going to spray all of that in to set that face, get rid of any residual powder left on the skin. I'm going to take this metallic color in this Morphe palette, and I'm going to smudge out her glam side eyeline. Use a little mascara on that bottom lash to make it pop. Off camera, I went in with a classic red lip on her natural side, the Ruby Red NYX, and then I used a pressed glitter on her lips from one of my Profusion pressed glitter palettes, Profusion Cosmetics, for her lip, and this was the final look. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this look. It was very simple, just something fun to do, right? Working with jewels. I had never really done anything this extravagant. But yeah, this was her final look. Shout out to Gracie for being my model for the day. Thank you guys for rocking with me. I appreciate you all. As always, it doesn't matter how you feel, God is still worthy to be praised, and I will catch you all in the next video. Touched by Ty Hair Co. out. Bye.